The content in this magazine could contain references of topics and difficult subject matter that may be triggering. Please honor yourself, inner knowing, and proceed with whatever help or guidance you feel is intuitively aligned. Welcome to Sovereign Magazine Podcast. I'm Nicole George, CEO and founder of Sovereign. I'm so happy you are here. We are the magazine, podcast, and community guiding 5 million women to their sovereign selves. From heart-led conversations to magical meditations, our inspiring guests will show you how they can help you step into your sovereign self. Are you ready to listen to your inner voice and step into your power? Then keep listening to hear all of the intuitive messages meant for you today. Today, I have the privilege of connecting with Lish Hummel, one of our amazing contributors. She is a single mom to 3 boys and knows firsthand how challenging it can be to prioritize yourself while also breaking generational cycles. She blends her personal experience with deep intuitive wisdom, helping women reconnect with their inner power through energy healing, crystal therapy, and spiritual guidance. She is a certified transpersonal crystal healing therapist and Reiki practitioner. She's very passionate about overcoming the root of what holds you back and helps guide you towards alignment and self-trust. Welcome, Lish.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much for having me.
We are going to be exploring the deep relationship with yourself, which is the theme for our May full moon issue. And in your article, Redefining Home, A Journey of Motherhood and Self-Healing, you talk about this concept, which I thought was absolutely incredible, but it's a concept of how the definition of your home evolves over time and how the transition from external space to an internal sense of self can be a new way of looking at home. And I would love for you to perhaps expand a little bit on this for our listeners who might not have had the chance to read your article just yet, but they will, I'm sure, and how this external versus internal view might help them with their struggle that they might be feeling within themselves to feel at home.
It's interesting, when I was writing the article, I didn't start writing it how it came up, but afterwards I was like, oh, this is exactly how it feels. Which goes to show too is when you write, you're actually getting your feelings on paper. So I too had a revelation when I was writing the article. But yeah, when you're younger, I mean, the focus is on getting everything in order. Maybe it is buying a house or finding the perfect apartment, right? And then kind of curating how you want them to feel. And then after a while, for me, it was like I realized that sure, everything on the exterior was perfect, but inside it was not so perfect. So I was really kind of struggled with how I could be happy and feeling at home with who I was and how my body was, how my mind was, and just being okay with not being perfect inside.
Yes, yes. I think perfection is so often something that we're striving for, especially as mothers, right? Like
Right.
always being
Yeah.
on time and the kids are always, nicely dressed, no dirt on their shirt,
Yes.
no
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
crumbs on the floor, right? But that's not
Yeah.
that's not reality. And I
It's not.
you talked about in your article how motherhood became a catalyst for some deeper personal healing for yourself, and it like revealed wounds and lessons that you never knew that your children could like bring out within you. And I would love to know if you had like maybe perhaps a pivotal moment where you realized your children were actually mirroring for you kind of a way for you to start down that healing journey.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I didn't notice it quite until I started reflecting on my own inner relationship with myself. But the more I started noticing like what my triggers were, and those triggers were coming out with my kids on a daily basis. So whether they just were not getting their way and it was triggering me to like kind of control the situation, That was probably the biggest thing that I've noticed is just the control and letting go of that control. And also noticing where my parenting skills were maybe just lacking because I was just relying on how I was brought up. So it really had to kind of evolve and change, which has been difficult because it's hard to kind of get out of that old way of doing things or that routine that you had. So that was probably the biggest thing is the control and just seeing where they needed me more than I knew they did, or more than I knew I needed to do something different, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does make sense. And I love that you use the word control, right? Because so often that's what we're trying to do in this world is control, whether it's our narrative or our thoughts or, our outer world. And you were talking about, that inner world becoming your sanctuary, and maybe perhaps as you relinquished that control from your inner world, your outer world looked a little less chaotic. And I was wondering if you had like any specific tools or objects perhaps that were helping you kind of identify a new way of looking at your inner world.
Yeah, so, well, crystals have played a huge role in the inner reflection process for me and just uncovering parts of myself that, needed to be seen. So, yes, crystals have definitely played a role in that. I find that clear quartz, which is really great for clarity, really kind of helped me just kinda sift through a lot of just jumble, random bits of stuff that have just accumulated, and working with a grounding stone like mookaite jasper or red jasper just really helped me get present and be able to see the things that weren't working and that were working.
Are you ready to be part of the movement of guiding 5 million women to their sovereign selves? Are you a woman who trusts her inner voice and is stepping into her power? Then subscribe to Sovereign Magazine, podcast, and community, where you can become part of our global community because your journey to empowerment starts here. I love this, which actually I think we should dive into our special segment here at the Sovereign Magazine podcast now, since we're starting to talk about crystals. I think it would be great for us to start with steps to your sovereign self and how perhaps crystals or other things that you utilize can help one become more sovereign in themselves and really trust that inner voice and stand in their power like you did, and claiming a new way of living, being, doing, and feeling.
Mhm. Yeah. So if anyone has that's listening has a crystal on hand or they want to pause and come back to it, grab your favorite crystal and I'll take you through a few steps on how to connect more deeply with it and then how to use that to just become more aware of your inner workings and inner energy.
If they don't have a crystal, could they grab something else like maybe a rock or
Yeah.
something that's
Yeah,
other
if
than
you
the.
have any type of object that you feel like really attached to or that makes you feel calm and aware, or even just listening to it outside as well, just where like things are just freer and more open, anything that's going to bring you into the present moment and create like that focus point for sure. So just holding your object or being outside with your feet on the ground, just take a nice deep breath in, breathing through your nose and gently exhaling through your mouth. And with your crystal or your chosen object in your non dominant hand, that's the hand that we receive energy through, just kind of notice what your crystal feels like. So, if it's bumpy or smooth or cool or warm. And then just inviting in its consciousness. So, anytime we consciously work with an object, we're actually able to tap into its magic a little deeper. So, inviting in its spirit and consciousness and allowing any sensations to move through your hand, feeling it move through your body. So you might feel some warm and tingly sensations or coolness. So just allowing that to happen, allowing yourself to open to the crystal's magic, and even giving the crystal permission to receive your wisdom and magic too. So it becomes more of a relationship. And as you feel these vibrations moving through your body, just bring your awareness to the seat of your chair, to the bottom of your spine, and feeling into any sensations there. Noticing how present you are in this moment, and even asking the crystal's vibration to head to that area, allowing it to work its magic. Open yourself to any insights that need to be seen. Relaxing your hips. And then moving up to the center of your chest, so in your heart space. Just feeling into any tightness that you might be feeling there. Inviting in the crystal's vibration to soften. Breathing out any tension. And then directing its energy up into your throat. Into your jaw and into your head. Inviting in its wisdom. Just to provide clarity, connection. Just feeling its energy move through you now, through all parts of your body, washing over you. And if you are using a piece of clear quartz or any crystal or whatever your object is, you can program that to an intention. So maybe this is an intention on how you would like to go about your day or how you want to feel. So just take a second to program that if you want to. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and thank your crystal. And just know that that little bit of magic in there, it can be with you all day long. So if you want to take it on your day, place it on your dresser or bedside table, and it's there when you need it again.
Mm. You called this a body scan.
Yeah,
And so, how often can people do this body scan and infuse their crystal with that intention?
as many times as you want. um,
Okay.
yeah, like I like to start the day with that. I like to have an intention just to kind of go about the day, and then maybe things will shift too, depending on your mood or what's going on in your life. You might want to reignite it with another intention. So cleanse it, do a smoke cleanse on it, or run it under some water if it's water safe, and reprogram it.
I love this so much. Being in your presence is incredible. And so,
Oh,
for those people listening, if you really felt connected to Lish's body scan here, you're going to want to go to her Instagram bio and click on her links where she has lots of incredible freebies for you about crystals and crystal healing and energy. She just did a 21-day challenge of, stillness, things like this. You're definitely going to want to tap into it. We have all the details in the show notes. Don't you worry. But her Instagram handle is at Pocketful of Zing for those who are listening and can't wait to get there. So definitely connect with her there. She's also in our Sovereign community, which all that information is in our show notes as well. So you can connect directly with her on our soul aligned social media platform called Sovereign Community. So if you want to experience more from Lish, definitely connect in with her in all ways that you prefer. We are so happy you were here today to share more about how you can deepen your relationship with yourself, not only through redefining your sense of home, but also through using crystals and body scans.
Thank you so much for having me, Nicole. It was wonderful.
Oh, such a pleasure. Thank you so much, my love. Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another soul-led entrepreneur here to help you step into your sovereign self. Subscribe to our magazine and podcast and join our global community for all the magic. Details to connect with today's guest or join the movement are in the show notes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. It helps us reach our goal of guiding 5 million women to self-sovereignty.